an entire like ward pulled behind a curtain, and there are actually multiple like charred. I don't want to say corpses. They're still alive and stuff, but it looks pretty fucking bad.
They've seen better days.
If there's anybody on the brink of death, I'll heal them. Normal healing.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm looking for someone.
A majority of them have been stabilized. This happened about 2 hours ago, so.
All right, cool. And they're fine.
Yeah, so just running around, there appear to be a couple of clerics, some paladins that have, like basically taken off their armor and they're trying to bandage people and shit. There's a father running around with like a clipboard, directing people.
Well, I'll talk to that guy with a clipboard.
Okay. What do you say? He looks a little distracted right now.
Hey, I've got some.
Actually, wait, give me 1 second here.
All right.
Oh, hell no. Okay. As soon as you walk into that tent, everybody with holy powers just stops and looks at you. They're just like,
that's the problem. I'm gonna need some help with that.
The father looks at you very skeptically and just puts out a hand that says, hold on, don't, smash his face in. He's like, what have you done, my son?
I haven't done anything. I'm just carrying some possibly evil items, and I need to talk to somebody who's knowledgeable about such things, Asmodeus specifically.
You see a very furrowed brow across his come upon his face.
Yeah.
And he just kind of squints at you and says, we should take care of this matter quite far away from the sick. I'm worried the aura might negatively influence them.
Let's do.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Yeah, so he takes you about 15-minute walk away from the tents, like roughly to where the training grounds were. You're pretty familiar with this. Mm-hmm. And it's completely abandoned right now. It's like 5:30 in the morning. And he's just like, do tell, how did you come across such a horrifying aura?
So I've got these coins that were found at, I don't know if you're familiar with the orcs and goblins, but Nithid. He has a camp up northish or west or whatever. And we found some coins there. So I want to check them out. I assume they're pretty rare.
He still has that dead, serious look in his face and says...
I take the coins and I drop them on the ground and move away from them.
Oh, he immediately backs up and starts saying a couple of prayers.
All right. So can you tell that I'm not evil myself? It's just the coins?
He, does his little magic thing and just nods and says, you should take more care coming into contact with such objects of foul power.
That'll happen. I guess.
Where exactly did you find these?
A shaman called Nithid's camp.
Just kind of looks around real quick and like quickly, kicks some dirt over him, just so no one else can see. Like he's clearly just making sure that no one else can see him at this point.
Can I make a perception check for anyone around us?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's not really anybody around right now. He's just being extra cautious.
All right, cool.
Have you told anybody
about them?
Yeah, he leans in and whispers, have you told anybody about these yet?
Nope.
Don't tell anybody. Possession of these coins can lead to a very quick misunderstanding of how you created them, if they were, if you were to create one first off.
Right.
Many of the cults have a horrid tradition of mass sacrifice in order to create these in some foul and undesirable manner. I wouldn't know the specifics, mainly because I don't practice their, heathen religion.
Would anybody be looking for these coins?
Yes, I've heard so many horrific stories of where the greenies and other cultists actually fight amongst themselves to gain control of this, their possession. That actually explains a lot. The Nithid's cult wasn't exactly the most powerful. For them to have gained so much influence in such a short time period, most likely was due to their obtaining of these coins.
Really? Do you think there's more people using these coins in that army to kind of gather everybody so quickly? Would we have to be afraid of someone else with this?
He scratches his head and says, I wouldn't know myself.
Right.
To give you a rough idea, it takes roughly about 1,000 souls to create a coin.
Just one. How many coins do I have?
You have 16, which is why they're giving off a horrible aura.
All right, cool. So I kick the bag a little bit towards them out of the dirt. Cool.
From what I
What should
can
we do with
tell,
them?
from what I can tell, they've got some kind of useful property. There's a reason they fight for these. It's not just for possession of souls.
Mhm.
I personally would not know. I'd have to probably ask the higher ups whenever they're done, with whatever. They've been quite busy lately, especially with the latest attack. They're actually in a makeshift meeting at the moment.
Where's a secure place that we could keep them then? Who would be able to be trusted with that kind of stuff or guard it?
Honestly, I don't know if I could vouch for the church to take up such foul things. But this is borderline heresy, possessing these at least.
Well, cool. Thanks for your help. I just dig them in a hole next to a tree that we're near.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And then I walk back, but I'm gonna remember my path until we separate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he goes back to the tents.
I'm gonna go back to Malachi, talk to him if he's awake.
He is currently gone at that meeting that he mentioned. You would know that he would be there.
I'm gonna go look for the meeting. Fun.
Okay, it's not very hard to find. It's actually one of the few places in camp that are fully lit at the moment, and there's guards posted.
Tell one of the guards that I have urgent business with Malachi, and I need to see him.
He's currently in a meeting with the War Council. What could be more important than that?
Just let me speak to him for a moment. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Look, man, do you have some kind of message or something I can give him at least so we can tell if it's important enough? We can't just let people in. We're gonna get court-martialed for this shit.
It's about one of the generals or whatever. It's about Nithid.
All right, I'll go give him the message. He walks into the tents. About a half a minute passes. You just kind of hear a nervous guy just kind of saying, "Pardon the intrusion, blah blah blah. I have a message from Malachi." And he leans over and whispers in his ear real quick. You hear a chair scooting out, and Malachi appears shortly after. You see also a very curious-looking Chelly, just kind of leaning behind him, just kind of peering, trying to see what's going on.
Cool. So he came up to me?
Yes, he walks up to you and says, "Oh, Karsh, what? So what about this Nithid fellow? I've heard of him before, actually."
I'm going to take him aside, out of earshot, and kind of whisper to him. I found some dark, really evil blood coins that were from Nithid's camp. I guess that they were using them to gather followers. I wanted to get your opinion on what I should do with them before I screw over the guild by having this linked to me and my party.
Okay. When you say blood coins, the strange look on his face actually goes away for a second. He says, "Oh yes, I've actually done some reading about that. Wait, so you're telling me you actually came into possession of these?
I've got
These were
about
Nithid's
16
coins?"
of them.
His eyes raise in shock, and he just quickly casts some magic over you. And
I
then,
have them buried over by a tree. We should retrieve them if you want them right now. Otherwise, it's going to be awkward.
he just kind of pulls you in real quick and whispers, "Have you told anybody about these yet?"
Told one guy from the church about them.
Did you tell him how many?
Yeah, he saw the bag. So
He just kind of sighs and says,
I left them
Yes.
buried. He didn't know that I retrieved them or not. But
Yeah, he sighs and says, "It's pretty much taboo for us to keep these, but I'm very curious about what exactly they do. Like I've seen so many records referring to them in the past, and they did some of them date back like even to the Ogre Wars at some point, but and they've definitely had some kind of powerful influence. They've swayed wars and stuff. It's just that they never record what exactly happens.
Yeah, like I said, if we want to go retrieve them, we should do that now before anyone else finds them. So that's a pretty
Um,
strong aura.
yeah,
It'd be pretty quick.
just kind of mulls it over for a second, debating the pros and cons.
I can send somebody with me. Me and Shelly can go get them.
Um, you know what? Go ahead and take Chelly with you for now, and just
Cool.
keep those coins very.
What?
Huh?
Have Shelly grab
Damn.
a big stick also, just in case.
What about a big stick?
The cudgel.
Oh, what about she? I think she still has it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's still
Pick it
got
up
that
and
by
bring
her
it with
side. Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's go
So
grab it.
she'll go with you, and he basically says, "I'm going to ask the council right now what they want to do with these, because the longer we let this mull over, the more distrust is going to build between our camps and whatnot.
Alright, that's smart.
Go ahead and protect those coins with their lives, so we don't know.
Cool.
Try and also keep them in an isolated area," he says. There have been rumors about the coins overpowering the weak-willed if there are too many in one general possession.
Like 16?
It
Alright,
doesn't
no.
specify.
Let's go.
Okay.
Grab Shelly.
Okay, cool. So you guys head back to where the coins are. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
14.
Okay, cool. No, everything looks fine.
Alright. So I go over there, start digging it back up.
Yeah. And you do notice as you get closer, the hairs on like Chelly's head just start kind of like prickling a little bit. She's like baring her fangs and just kind of she
I'm gonna
looks
crouch
agitated.
down, make sure that I'm fairly stealthed, and look around.
Okay. Yeah, you still don't say anything. She looks more agitated in the direction of the coins, if anything.
Okay. It's like, that's what we're getting, Shelly, the coins. If that's what you're sensing. So
Yeah.
let's go dig them up.
Okay.
I dig them up, grab the bag if they're there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you just straight up dig them?
I do whatever I did before, where I had them on me. Just dig and take them.
Okay. I was gonna say, not all the coins are in the bag because you dropped on the ground. The cleric kind of kicked some dirt over them and stuff.
Well, you just kicked the dirt over the bag, right? The coins shouldn't have fallen.
Well, I mean,
out.
some of the. Did you? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's
It was like,
fine.
well, tied it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So you now have that bag of coins back.
cool. Let's go.
All right.
I bring them somewhere isolated that I would know in camp.
Okay. So yeah, there are a couple of areas in your general fortification that haven't been, I guess, developed yet. Is what I'm trying to get at. Like there's some construction nearby, but otherwise it's pretty abandoned. There aren't any resources out here that people need right now.
Hey, Chelly, are you good at staying awake?
She nods at you. You notice that she's actually following you about 30 feet behind.
Yeah. Good. Could you keep watch? I'm gonna keep them about like 10, 20 feet from me and go to sleep. If you could make sure nobody comes near us or wake me if they do.
She nods.
All right. I'm gonna go dig a hole, put them in the ground, go to sleep with my armor on.
Okay. Cool. Just like a
About
nearby
20
tree
to 30
stump or
feet away.
something. Oh, how many feet away?
Like 30-ish.
Okay, cool. Let me do some rolls real quick to see how this council's going. Yes! Okay, cool.
Great.
So happy.
That was a bad
Okay.
response.
I like DMs being happy. That's
No, DMs being happy is literally
it's not
never
always
good.
a good thing.
It's literally never a good thing.
shit.
As
All right.
someone who's DM'd a couple times now, if I ever say "ha ha," it means you're
Fuck
all.
you,
It
Sobo.
means they're all dead.
Ah,
Okay.
shit.
Oh God. So how's my thing coming along? Am I dead yet?
Are you doing
Your
something?
armor?
I mean, I got hit by these.
He's
stupid
trying to
fucking
be